My name is Alice Brawley Chesworth. I am a postdoc with the Climate Plus Co-Center working on receptivity of public officials in their decision-making to public participation and the opinions of the general public. So I started off the first time through university studying chemistry because I wanted to understand the environmental problems and, with the theory in mind at that point that would solve the different problems that we had. So I worked as a chemist for a while doing environmental analysis, but I got really interested in what people were doing with that data that I was producing. So I went back to school and got a degree in environmental engineering. Again, thinking, okay, now I'm going to solve the problems. I'm going to design the things that fix environmental problems. And I worked in the water and wastewater industry as an engineer. And I found that what limited what I was doing and the problems I was able to solve were things like public policies. Back to school again, studied environmental policy, worked as a policy analyst for quite a few years. And what I found is within institutions, there was a lot of resistance from the people who were implementing these policies. And so I think my final time going back to school, I was studying more sort of that public culture. What were the cultures within agencies that made people resistant to change and to doing things in a more sustainable manner? And so that's really what I'm working on in the Co-Center now, is I'm particularly interested in people within agencies and the decisions that they make and what they bring into their decisions and what they don't, what they exclude because of sort of their cultural and professional assumptions about what is important and what is not important. And so I see all of it. All of that education I just explained is relating to my work at the Co-Center because it's only with that foundational knowledge of those different disciplines that I'm able to understand what's happening with decisions and some of the complexity, and having the lived experience of working in these various professions, I feel like I can understand a little bit more without putting any kind of negative judgment on people and their decisions, because I know how hard it is and how hard the people work, and they really are trying to make the best decisions. I started my career in the early 1990s, and climate was not necessarily sort of the big issue in a lot of the places I worked. It was more things like water quality and air quality, but it evolved to climate because we can't really solve any of the rest of it unless we solve the climate crisis. The most inspiring and interesting thing for me in working in the Climate Plus Co-Center is the people, and that there's people working in all different disciplines, come from very different backgrounds, different histories of what they've done.